For all the pain and isolation of the global pandemic, an interesting phenomenon emerged, a rise in volunteerism. Michael D. Smith is the CEO of AmeriCorps, and he shares the results of the latest civic engagement and volunteering survey. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me today.
It's so good to hear some good news out of the pandemic. So the survey is something you do periodically?
Yes, well, AmeriCorps is the federal agency for volunteering and service. So we deploy AmeriCorps members all across the country in about 40,000 locations to help out on challenges great and small. But we're also responsible for the federal call to volunteering and service. And one of the things we do is we partner with the U.S. Census Bureau, and every 2 years we take a deep dive on what's going on with the state of volunteering and civic life in America.
Well, you're smiling, so I'm guessing you enjoyed what you saw as the result.
You know, I have to tell you, this research looked at the time of the pandemic. And so I was certainly a little concerned about what we would see because, you know, a lot of folks, for instance, volunteer with schools and schools were closed. So we saw some cause to celebrate, but there was also some cause for concern. On the celebration side, we found that Americans who say they informally volunteer, they shovel the walks of their neighbors, they go and pick up those groceries for the elderly, that sort of thing stayed strong and steady. On the cause for concern side, though, we saw since the first time we've been collecting this data, we actually saw a dip in the number of Americans who say they volunteer with a nonprofit organization on a regular basis. So we really need to understand what caused that, and we need to make sure that that stays a blip that happened during the pandemic and that we move in the right direction.
Well, volunteerism, I'm sure, has changed over the years, and I'm guessing the pandemic made a big change that you just addressed. How has it changed?
You know, look, a lot of the traditional volunteering hasn't changed a whole lot. You know, that elderly neighbor still needs someone to come and check on them, still needs someone to shovel that walk and get those groceries. Our nonprofits that are running food pantries still need volunteers that are doing tutoring and mentoring, that are doing violence reduction. Those sorts of things are staying the same, and they need folks to come out. We did see some innovation that happened during the pandemic. We saw virtual volunteers. I just met one of our foster grandparents who learned how to use an iPad because she wasn't going home during the pandemic, and she was going to make sure she could continue her tutoring work with her students.
That is so exciting to hear, and I know inspiring to other people. What do you want people to do, and how do you want them to get involved with your organization and others?
Well, I hope folks would go to AmeriCorps.gov. You can go to AmeriCorps.gov. You can learn more about this research, go deeper, find out the trends in your state and other states. But you could also go there to find a way to volunteer if you want to give a couple hours a week. Or you could even think about becoming an AmeriCorps member, where you could give a year of service, 2 years of service. And if you become an AmeriCorps member or an AmeriCorps senior volunteer, you might get a little cash to have a stipend to live. And you can get some money for your education and have loan forbearance. So no matter what you want to do, you can go to AmeriCorps.gov and we can put you on the right path.
Well, that's exciting news for all Americans. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.